Do Mormons have a problem with iniquity? Last time I talked briefly about the sealed portion of the Book of Mormon, which contains the vision of the brother of Jared, and about the Lord's prediction that it would not be translated until we, the Gentiles of the last days, become worthy to receive it. So why aren't we as Mormons worthy now? I think it'd be interesting to ask 100 random Mormons what things might be keeping our church in wickedness. I wonder what they would say. My guess is something along these lines. Maybe we need to keep the Sabbath day better. Our Sunday attendance is going way down. Maybe our youth need to work on modesty and chastity more. Kids these days. Maybe it's the gay issue. Wait, where do we stand as a church again? Or maybe it's because not enough members are using the correct name of the church. This kind of hits close. Maybe we aren't doing enough temple or genealogy work. Great Aunt Ida can't do it all alone. Or maybe we aren't adequately following the prophet or sustaining the brethren enough. Those all could be part of the problem. On the other hand, if we were to ask 100 random members who have left the church during COVID, what would they have to say are some of the main problems in the church? We have a pretty good idea about that because of some in-depth surveys done recently. Some of the main things driving good people from the church are the issues of women in the priesthood, polygamy, blacks in the priesthood, the church's unequal and ever-changing stance on homosexuals, the abuses committed and or covered up within the church, the massive wealth held by the church corporation, and the perceived lack of trustworthiness of some of our top church leaders. Could any of those issues also be contributing to our unworthiness as a church? Maybe. Several months ago, after reading the account of the brother of Jared and the sealed plates in the Book of Mormon, I was seriously contemplating this question. What is holding the church back? How are we remaining in wickedness? I truly wanted to understand that so I could try to be a better person. And my eye caught hold on the Lord's answer to Moroni regarding the brother of Jared's plates in Ether 4. For the Lord said unto me, the sealed plates shall not go forth unto the Gentiles until the day that they shall repent of their iniquity and become clean before the Lord. That word iniquity struck me. I thought, what does that mean? It must be important because, incidentally, I found out it is mentioned 227 times in the Book of Mormon. Well, I'd always just assumed it was a synonym of the word sin, a catch-all word that means anything bad that we do. But being a person fascinated with languages, I got a harebrained idea to do some research. So I looked up the word. I looked it up in several dictionaries, and then on sites dedicated to word etymology, and what I found really surprised me. I learned the word iniquity came to English through French from the Latin root word iniquitatem, whose definition is unequalness, unevenness, or unjust, unequal, slanting, or steep. Those meanings hit me like a ton of bricks, and my mind began to open up and to expand, and to comprehend, seemingly for the first time, a great truth. The heart of Jesus' ministry, his life, his example, everything he did was centered around meekness and humility. He loved, he served, he healed. He didn't seek for glory or position or power or popularity. He ate with the poor. He chose his disciples from the outcast, and he didn't even have a place to lay his own head. He was born in a stable, and he died between thieves, despised and ridiculed by the church and by his country. I felt at that moment that the entire meaning of his gospel is to bring evenness and equalness to all of us, to tear down the hierarchies and the prejudices, the powerful and the mighty, and to inspire all of us to raise up and value everyone at the same equal level. And so I started to see in my mind the idea of iniquity as the Latin defines it, unevenness or slantedness. I see it in our slanted church hierarchies. I see it in our uneven church wealth. I see it in our unequally high seats in our synagogues and in our raised up podiums. I see it in the unequalness of how we view races and groups of people. And I see it in how we have treated and continue to treat women. The more I think about it, I've come to theorize that sin is often an individual thing, and that iniquity is often an institutional or church-wide thing. And I believe that iniquity is self-evident in so much of our Mormon church experience, both past and present. I think a clue to the antidote for iniquity and unequalness is found in 2 Nephi 26. Nephi says in verse 33, For none of these iniquities come of the Lord, for he doeth that which is good among the children of men, and he doeth nothing save it be plain unto the children of men. And he inviteth them all to come unto him, and partake of his goodness. And he denieth none that come unto him, black and white, bond and free, male and female. And he remembereth the heathen, and all are alike unto God. All are alike unto God. Everyone. To him there is no unevenness or unequalness. I also believe Jacob, the brother of Nephi, understood this concept of iniquity. In his great sermon in chapters 2 through 4, he touched on 4 of the great iniquities, the great unevenness that have always invaded the peace of God's peoples. Unequalness in race, unequalness in wealth, unequalness in power, and unequalness in gender. I won't explore each of these in their own videos, but I first wanted to set the stage by defining iniquity here. Hopefully it will help each of these areas of iniquity to make more sense and be part of a greater whole. Nephi prophesied of our iniquity in these last days, in chapter 27 of 2 Nephi. For behold, all ye that doeth iniquity, stay yourselves in wonder, for ye shall cry out and cry, yea, ye shall be drunken, but not with wine. Ye shall stagger, but not with strong drink. For behold, the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. For behold, ye have closed your eyes, and ye have rejected the prophets, by which I am coming to be more and more convinced he meant the Book of Mormon. And your rulers and the seers hath he covered because of your iniquity. When I read that last line, that he has covered our seers, I can't help but think back to the last video. The seers hath he covered. I also notice a huge difference in the works of the 12 true disciples of Jesus, whom he called personally when he visited the Nephites. The Book of Mormon teaches us that they walked among all the peoples of the land, doing the works they saw Jesus do, baptizing, healing all the sick, causing the lame to walk and the blind to see, and raising the dead. When will the Lord be able to bring the 3 Nephite disciples who are still on the earth to us? Mormon said of our day, behold, they, those 3 Nephite disciples, will be among the Gentiles, and the Gentiles shall know them not. When will we recognize them? When will we recognize Jesus' true nature in them and realize that they are among us? When will we be blessed by their works? Mormon also said of them, yea, even among the Gentiles shall there be a great and marvelous work wrought by them before the judgment day. What is keeping us from enjoying these blessings? I think part of it is our unequalness and our iniquities foreseen in the Book of Mormon. These are going to be subjects I plan on delving into in upcoming videos.